Hi everyone, I'm Donna Stellhorn, your practical astrologer, and today we are talking about the full moon. It's on May 12th, it's at 22 degrees of Scorpio, and this full moon makes a trine to the North Node and Saturn. What does this mean for you? That's what we're going to talk about. Welcome everyone. This video starts with a short overview, then we're going to talk about your sign and what's ahead for you in the areas of love and money, and then at the end we're going to continue our conversation about activating your part of fortune, so you want to stay all the way to the end. And if you would like a copy of your chart so that you can follow along, I can send you a PDF. There's a link in the description. All right, let's take a look at this full moon chart. This full moon makes a trine to the North Node and Saturn. Now, North Node and Saturn have been traveling together for a few weeks, and this indicates generally that you've probably been struggling, that this is like walking up a steep incline. Now, as we get to this full moon energy, things are going to stabilize, but right now you're probably listening to this video before the full moon, so you're probably not having a walk in the park, but more like climbing the Alps. Now, I expect this full moon to bring us some calmer energy. This would include a quieter stock market, better job opportunities, and opportunities to connect with people in general. So this is kind of like the part of the roller coaster where you are in the flat area. It doesn't mean that this ride is over. There's going to be some excitement and unexpected drops in the future. But right now we have some calmer, stabilizing energy ahead. Now, full moon energy in general is a time where we pause. We look up to see the bright moon in the sky, and we are now going from a time of tending all the plants to harvest. But just before the harvest, there is a time where we can take a breath, and that's what we're in now. We did this energy once before, and that was in September 2013. So you might want to look back and see what happened around then and how that might have been a turning point where things became more stable. Now, of course, that's not for everyone because everyone's chart is complex, and so different aspects happen at different times. So you may say, no, that was a really difficult time. And so you might find that you need someone to look at your chart specifically to say whether this is now going to be a calmer period. And that's why I do readings. There's a link in the description. I also put out a newsletter, and that comes out every week, and that has more information about what's going on for the week, as well as some thoughts I have, etc. So that's free. There's a link in the description. Okay, Libra, there are quite a few financial opportunities for you, but this does come with a fair amount of work. It looks like you're going to be pretty busy. So this could mean more clients or customers or more work at work, but this could lead to more money. And yet you're kind of balancing out. I mean, this is what you wish for, right? More money opportunities, but it does bring the paperwork or, like things you have to do with your investments. So it's, as you dig into this, things are becoming more stable, but they're still quite busy for you. Now, when it comes to relationships, like meeting new people for a love relationship or new friendships, Venus is now going through a relationship house for you. So this is your opportunity to get out of the house and connect with some people, which would be great. Like, so say yes to social situations and all of that. Because of this full moon energy, you may get to go to some parties or other social events. So that could be very good. It's also possible that you would meet someone that you kind of connected with before, and so, but now that relationship could change into something that could be much more satisfying. And when it comes to existing love relationships, the energy is very good. Venus is making a trine with Mars, and so the two of you are in harmony now. You're kind of dancing together to the same rhythm, and so things can really flow. This means that there can be more happiness between the two of you, but also that you two could be finding that you come together to solve problems more easily, either problems that you have with each other or external problems to the relationship. So now, if you don't find, like if you think about this and you go, this is just not happening, it could be that there are significant things in the two of your charts that are causing some disruption. And so, because this is just a general reading and I can't see your chart, that this is the time to consider having a reading. So you can see information about my readings by clicking the link in the description. Now, when it comes to your money, the full moon is lighting up this money house for you, and that means that it's time to take a look at your finances in a serious way, because as you pay attention to it and look for different opportunities, more opportunities will come. So this means going through accounts, looking at your spending, also looking at how your investments are doing, opening your statements, maybe talking to your broker. But things like this will help you actually expand money opportunities, especially when you ask the questions of how can I maximize the money that I've got? How can I find new money opportunities? Or how can I capitalize on a specific money opportunity? Now, when it comes to money from business or from investments, Venus is making a nice sextile with Pluto. So there is an opportunity for you to make more money over the next 2 weeks. That means that as you take action, more opportunities will come. A sextile energy is always where you have to initiate the action and then activities happen. So that would be doing some marketing or checking in with your broker or looking at your accounts, things like that. There may be some back office stuff to do since you show so much work going on. So doing those things can help bring more money. Now, when it comes to money derived from career, so that would be a paycheck, Mars is sitting in that house, and Mars is one of the rulers of your money house. So I know that was a long way to get to tell you that you've got a hidden aspect here. Things are looking like it's not super obvious, like going from A to B, but there is a route to get more either money or some sort of perk. So if you were looking for some sort of favor from your boss, now's the time to start to bring that subject up and kind of feel your way as you go. So looking at what it is that you want, and then as your boss starts to say, well, this is what would need to happen, then you can start to do those negotiations and you can get what you want. So this is the third section of this video, and I have a couple of announcements, and then we're going to continue talking about activating your part of fortune. The new month wishes class is on the first day of the month at 12 p.m. Pacific time. There is now a much easier way to register for this class, so if you want to take this class, and it is a free class, click on the link in the description to register. And in this class, we're going to talk about the energies for the month. We're going to write our wishes together, and then we'll energize them together. And I know that oftentimes people can't take the class because of scheduling conflicts or time zone conflicts. So if you're interested in this class, sign up anyway, even if you can't attend, and you will get a list of how to do the wishes and the wishes specifically for that month, and also how to energize it with us. So even if you can't attend, sign up. We want to have everybody doing this at the same time. And in May, I am teaching a class on finding the best day to do anything. This is based on 5-element Chinese astrology, but you don't need to know anything about Chinese astrology to take this class. The system is quite simple. And so this class is also part of a summit where there's going to be lots of people talking about really interesting things like altars and spirit animals and connecting with the elements and all of these things. So registration for the summit is free. There's a link in the description. And finally, if you would like to support this channel and astrology in general, you can hit that join button and join the channel. That would be great. The link is right by the subscribe button. So a couple of weeks ago, we started talking about how to activate your part of fortune. And in that episode, we did your part of fortune with a crystal. And so those crystal links are still in the description. And so if you missed that, you can still find the crystal that works with your part of fortune. Today, we're going to talk about the sign your part of fortune's in and how to activate that energy. And if you don't know what sign your part of fortune is in, I can send you a PDF of your chart. There's a link in the description. Now, it's quite likely that your part of fortune is in a different sign than your sun sign. And so unless you're a triple, like you're a triple Taurus, then you are going to have part of fortune in Taurus. But most people have their part of fortune in a different sign than their sun sign. And so that means that you can activate that part of fortune by focusing in on the energy of that sign. Now, the reason your part of fortune is in a different sign than your sun most of the time, and is because that the part of fortune is made up of your sun, moon, and ascendant. So your sun is your ego and your identity, and the moon is what you need, what you crave, and it's a really strong motivating factor in your life. And your ascendant is how you present yourself. So if your part of fortune is in Aries, you need to take action. And that's very different than just being busy. That is taking a specific action, no matter how small that action, that moves the needle towards your goal. So that can be something as small as looking up some information or reaching out to someone and contacting them to ask a question. Just doing something to move it forward starts to bring you luck. If your part of fortune is in Taurus, you are manifesting luck and opportunities by deciding what you want. You know, a lot of people tell me they want, like, I want $1 billion, but they don't actually want the hassles, the notoriety, and the responsibilities that come with having $1 billion. And so they both want something and don't want something, and so their wish gets canceled out. So consider manifesting smaller things and get the practice down of how you can wish for something and have it come to you. And then you can quickly build to larger things that you want without having this sort of mixed energy or being at cross purposes. So start with things like a parking place, money to buy an item you want, or someone to give you a gift. If you have part of fortune in Gemini, opportunities come through communication. And so that is, you ask people for what you want and you will start to receive. Now, you're not going to get a yes from everyone, but as you ask, that's going to reverberate through the universe, that energy. And so you're going to see that you start to get more and more opportunities. If you have part of fortune in Cancer, you tend to manifest your luck through others. And that is when you ask for a benefit for someone else, then you both receive. And so think about something that your family wants, your kids want, someone in your community, a close friend. When you think of what they want and you look to manifest that, you get the abundance as well. When you have part of fortune in Leo, you do, like the Cancer energy, you manifest well for others, but also, though, you manifest when it's fun. Like when you can think of something that's going to be fun for you and people that you love, you will manifest more things. So consider not just going to events, but putting on some events where you are social and connected, and you will find tons of opportunities that way. When you have part of fortune in Virgo, your luck comes from a daily ritual, something that you do every single day, like lighting a green candle for money opportunities just for a few minutes every day, or doing a set of affirmations, or taking a walk while you look at, all the abundance around you, the leaves on the trees and the birds and all of that. So, or a few minutes with your gratitude journal in the evening. By doing some small thing every day, you open yourself up to abundance. If your part of fortune is in Libra, your luck comes from partnerships, and that is looking to collaborate with others. And again, not everybody's going to partner with you, but if you continue to ask, if you continue to reach out and meet new people and connect, you will have an abundance of opportunities. If your part of fortune's in Scorpio, your luck comes from leveraging other people's resources. Now, in a small sense, that could be like using one of those cashback credit cards so that you every month you pay off your balance and then you get a little bit of extra money for free. But this could then grow into something bigger, like people investing in your business or people going out of their way to help you. If your part of fortune's in Sagittarius, your luck comes from exploring new things and having adventures. Be curious and go outside of wherever you are, like go outside of your field, go outside of your neighborhood, go out into the world, connect with people, foreign countries or just people in the next town. But as you do this, as you dive into a new topic, as you travel, then you find the luck. If your part of fortune is in Capricorn, Your luck comes from building something. And that can be something very literal, like building a career or building a house. But this could also be just building a skill set, or building a relationship with a strong foundation with the people that you know. Like building these business connections, building friendships. Those can actually bring you a ton of luck. If your part of fortune's in Aquarius, then luck comes from connecting to different communities. That means going outside and doing something different, doing something your friends or family wouldn't normally do, or connecting with people that you really don't connect with on a regular basis. And these may be groups that have such niche interests that they have a whole different vocabulary about things. So by doing this, by investigating these different ideas and these different groups, you open up opportunities from all sides. And then if your part of fortune's in Pisces, then your luck comes from harmonizing with the universe. And that's done through meditation or yoga or feng shui or magic. Doing the spiritual things on a regular basis then puts your energy in harmony with the flow of the universe, the abundant universe, and that brings you gifts in the material world. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe, please join if you're interested in becoming a member, and I will see you in the next video.